Hi, Sunny here. When you begin to practice what I'm going to share with you in today's video, you will start to notice that your anxiety just starts to melt away. Your tendency to overthink and be lost in projections about the future and what may happen and what may not happen, all this fear, anxiousness will just start to become weaker and melt away. It won't be instant, it won't be easy, but I promise you it will be worth it. So if you're willing, I invite you to watch the entire video and pay close attention and then really give yourself up to this practice. Implement it wholeheartedly. It has done wonders for me and many people that I have introduced it to, and I know it's going to do the same for you. So let's get started. On the agenda for today's video, we're going to first talk about the two main reasons why we feel anxious, why we feel fearful about the future. Okay. Then I'm going to share with you two main remedies, the main practices that we're going to implement to resolve this fear and anxiety, to also just target and dissolve this tendency to overthink, to constantly think about life. And from this, you will find that there will be a certain simplicity to how you live life. There will be a newborn clarity, just an openness, a peacefulness with which you're able to do all things that you need to do without constant fear, without constant need for approval. So it really helps on the personal level, but then even on the spiritual level, right? In your spiritual practice, these two practices that we're going to talk about today are going to help you grow spiritually so much. It really feels like accelerated spiritual growth. The more you give yourself to these practices and the more consistent you remain with them, the the more it feels like, hey, all of this stuff is just totally falling away. So I hope you're excited. And then towards the end, I will also share with you some resources that will help you, and we'll just sort of summarize the entire process. Okay. So let's get into first the two main reasons why we feel anxiousness. So, number one is that we operate from the limited perspective, limited understanding that I am this person and I'm separate from the rest of existence. When the extent of our self knowledge is just, I am this person, and we feel like I am in charge of my life, we feel very isolated, we feel separate. That you can just see that is a very fearful position. So anxiety and fear stem out of limited identity. When our understanding of who I am, what I am, is limited to just the mind and body, to just my idea of who I am, the person I am, then fear and anxiety are going to be the norm because the future is so uncertain. And I feel like I need to protect myself. I feel like I have so much to lose and so much to gain. From that, all fear and anxiety is born. And you feel, from the personal perspective, you feel that if I get more stuff, like get more money, have better health, then this fear will go away. But you have noticed in your life, and you can look at everybody else, the most successful people you look up to, the more they have, still they maybe have like an outer fake confidence, but inwardly, sometimes the more you have, the more fearful you become because now you even have more to lose and the future is even more uncertain. So I promise you, getting more things, getting more money is not the solution to your anxiety. Those things are fine on the personal level. Of course, you want more money and you want better relationships, better health. That's fine. But they are not the solution to your fear, to your anxiety. They are not what is, those things are never going to make you feel secure, protected, because they can be challenged in a moment. They come and go. they are added onto you so they can be taken away. And so, unless you start to really resolve this issue from within and start to grow in the understanding of who you are, you start to become more aware of what you are prior to body and mind, right? And this is your spiritual understanding. So, only through this do you become more and more trusting, more and more able to live in the unknown without relying on money and relationships and health and this and that for a sense of safety, for a sense of reliability, stability, security. Then you will see that your sense of safety is going to be rooted in something much more true, which doesn't change with the seasons of life, which isn't threatened by what is added onto you or what is taken away from you. Okay. So that's the first reason why we feel so anxious. It's because our understanding of who I am, what I am, is very limited. So we're going to talk today about how to grow in this understanding of who you truly are. And this will help you feel so much freer personally. So the second reason why we feel so anxious is because, and you can just see this by yourself, you are too obsessed with controlling your life, right? I have observed in my own experience and by going through this entire process and practicing the things that I'm about to share with you throughout the past few years, when I feel anxious, when I feel fearful, in those moments, I am most lost in the need to control my future. I am attached to what must happen, and I am attached to what must not happen. So I am like craving something, or I am deeply resisting the possibility of something. And I'm really trying to control every little thing. This is a really silly position because you cannot control everything. There's so many things that you cannot control. So when you try to control everything, you that's what we find. It creates this anxiety. When you have no capacity to trust and you must control everything, right? And this goes into the first point. When you feel like I am just this isolated little island, this person, this mind and body, and I'm in charge of everything, when that is what you feel, then you try to control everything. And it's a very insecure position. So that's why we are in so much fear. We are so insecure and we feel like we want protection, we want security, but we don't know how to create it and we can't control everything. And so this makes us feel very fearful, anxious. So the practices that we're going to talk about today are going to help resolve both these issues. Are you ready? So before you judge the practices that I'm about to share with you, really listen to the entire thing, okay? Don't jump to conclusions because I'm sure if you've been on the spiritual path for a while, or even if you're new, you've heard these things and maybe you have ideas about what these things are and if you've tried them before and how it has gone for you and whatnot. You have to get rid of all of that for now. If you really want to have any effect from this video, any change, then you have to be open. Okay. If you're not resonating with anything I'm saying, you can feel free to go off. You don't have to watch this video. But if you're feeling like, hey, maybe this is something truthful and I want to maybe explore it, then what I'm going to share, don't like watch your mind, just like judge it, interpret it, try to hold it against like what you have heard or experienced in the past, and then create a future projection about if it will work for you or not. Start to observe the silliness. That is the same mind which creates your anxiety. So do you want to continue to just identify with that? No, right? Don't let it get in the way of now you creating some sort of positive change for yourself. Okay. So that's just a disclaimer. So we're going to first discuss the control aspect. Okay. Because this will help us get started. So we're going to discuss how to let go of this deep desire to control every little thing, which creates so much fear. So, the remedy for this is surrender. The remedy for this is trust. Until you grow more trusting in life, until you start to stop trying to figure out every little thing and obsess about every little detail and stop trying to control every little thing that must happen, anxiety cannot go away. So we have to let go of our need to control everything. We have to start to ease away from our attachment to outcomes, to what must happen, to what must not happen. We have to give this responsibility of control and making sure everything is okay more and more over to life or to God. This is scary, but I promise you in the beginning, it requires trust. But as you actually practice it, you start to find that things work way more harmoniously. Things work way better than you could have possibly orchestrated them. Your life flows so much smoother than before. And then it requires less and less trust. So you may find, like, you may ask me right now, but how can I let go? I can't let go of that attachment. I can't let go of that control. I can tell you this, you will never become ready to let go. You will always feel like, hey, I need to first maybe fully understand what it means to surrender and let go and stop controlling so that I can practice it. But you have to start here and now, despite not knowing how it will work and despite not knowing even how to fully do it. You have to find within yourself. And trust me, if you try, you will start to see this. You will start to have the power to do so in situations where you feel anxious and all that. And starting right now, start to acknowledge that the future is the unknown. Okay. In the unknown is contained everything good that can happen, but also everything maybe bad that can happen. Okay. The unknown is infinite possibility. You have to accept that. You have to embrace that. And you have to open yourself up to it. That thing you really want to happen, it may happen, but it also may not happen. No matter how much you worry, it does not change that fact. Can you see that? Worry doesn't change the fact that still the future is uncertain. That thing you really don't want to happen may not happen, but it may happen. You just have to accept that fact. Because even if you resist that fact and constantly worry and be anxious, it still doesn't help you. It doesn't change that fact that the future is still unknown, uncertain. So within you, when you start to accept the unknown as it is, the unknown, infinite possibility, there comes in a willingness to just trust, to let things take place as they are meant to. You come to the acceptance of the possibility that whatever may happen, and then you trust a higher power, God, life, however you want to put it, the universe, to dictate. So this is going to be maybe a little subtle or a little difficult, but I'm telling you, once you start practicing it little by little, the understanding of this grows more and more. And don't wait. And just know, if you keep trying to control, anxiety will be there. If you want to be free from anxiety, then you have to take this leap of faith and start to trust more. And only by trusting more and applying this in the hardest situations, you will start to see that life takes care of life. Things work out. Not always as you had planned or hoped, but things have a way of working out. You can't react prematurely. You have to allow things to unfold. And you find that things work out. Okay? Now, to make you even more willing and open to the unknown, to surrendering, to trusting, we're going to do the second practice, which is meditation. So, meditation not only helps you, and I'm going to share with you exactly what meditation is and how to do it. Meditation does not only help you surrender more and live in trust, but it also solves the first problem, which is a limited understanding of who I am. Meditation starts to reveal to you your true identity, what you are prior to, subtler than mind and body. It reveals to you the self, which always remains the same. You see, that's the main focus of this channel, self inquiry meditation. What is self inquiry meditation? It is an introspective style of meditation where we start to notice that everything we experience changes. The world changes. The body changes. The mind, thoughts, and emotions change. Even the personality that I take myself to be changes. Belief systems that I identify with change. What I like and dislike changes. My whole idea of myself, right? Who you think you are today is different than who you thought you were yesterday or 10 years ago. Everything from the most dense and gross level to the subtlest level changes. But you feel yourself as changeless. You feel like all these things that you know and have identified with have changed, but you have never changed. You always feel yourself as I. So meditation helps you to discover what this I really is. It helps you discover your true identity, which has always remained changeless and will always remain changeless, even when your body is 80 years old, or if you live in a different country, or if you adopt another religion. Once you start to discover your true identity, naturally you will have greater clarity on how to move about life in total trust, in total surrender. You will feel more at one, at peace with all of existence as it is. As a person, and in a limited point of view, I just want and I crave and I resist. It's a state full of suffering. As you start to discover who you truly are, it's like you just melting into all of existence. So these two things, meditation and surrender, will help you to diminish anxiety. Now let's create sort of a plan and how you can implement these two things on a daily basis, because it sounds nice, right? But we need a practical plan of implementation. Here on this channel, I'm not interested in just giving you theories. I'm interested in helping you actually apply this wisdom into your life. And we go do that in a very simple way. So for meditation, you will start by creating 2 segments in your day for 20 minutes each. And again, this may sound hard, but if you want to be free from anxiety, it's going to take some effort. It's going to take some work. To reach the effortless and peaceful, some effort is required. Okay, so don't resist that. And that's what I said in the beginning of this video. You have to be willing. If you're not willing, then this will just be another video that you watch and then go back to being anxious. This will just be another approach you hear about and think nicely about. Oh my God, that'd be nice. But then you'll just go back to your old state. Only the daily discipline of what I'm about to share with you will help you to actually experience a total melting away of anxiety and fear and overthinking and suffering. Okay. So you're going to create 2 segments in your day, 20 minutes each, where you sit down and practice meditation. Exactly what meditation technique, I'm going to link a video in the description box below that will share with you 2 meditations. One, if you're a total beginner, and 2, if you're a little more maybe intermediate to advanced. 2 meditation techniques that will really help you. So you can, after this video, you can see which video resonates with you out of those, which practice seems really doable, and then you stick with that. You're going to practice that twice per day, okay? No matter if you're really bad at it or how busy your life is or whatever, just stay consistent. This will be the foundation of your entire spiritual knowledge, your spiritual understanding, your entire surrender practice. Without this foundation of meditation, you will find it really hard to practice surrender and trust, especially in difficult moments. Okay. So you have that foundational practice of 2 meditation sessions per day. Then, next, how to implement surrender in our life. Do the work that you need to do, pursue whatever goal you want, but the journey that unfolds, the day to day stuff, understand there's a higher power in charge of it. Okay. So do whatever you feel is the right thing to do, but the results of your actions and whatever experiences may come, be open to it. Trust that whatever experience may come, life, God, universe will give me the strength, the clarity, the power to deal with it. In this way, you start practicing in little moments, you become more and more open. And then you also practice in the difficult moments. Try your best to practice in the difficult moments because those are your greatest teachers. Surrender. Don't prematurely react. Don't resist the things that happen. Go with the flow. Observe. Let things be. Trust a higher wisdom to take care of things. It will work through you. It's not like you will just sit on your couch and you see the universe just take the care of things. It will work through you through a silent clarity. Okay? Don't give in to your mind's reactions. See them, observe them, and don't identify. Live in trust more and more. So again, you won't even be able to practice this if you're not practicing meditation. Meditation will give you the power to practice this. And if you practice both of these things, meditation, it will deepen your understanding of who you are, should reveal to you your true identity, and surrender will help you become more and more free from control and anxiety and a feeling of isolation and constant insecurity. Together, they will help you personally prosper and spiritually grow. So just to summarize today's video, the reason we feel so anxious, we lack self-knowledge, understanding of what I truly am. Our understanding of ourselves is too limited. And 2, anxiety is born out of control, attachment to outcome. How do we resolve this? Number 1, surrender, trust, let go. Without surrender and trust, anxiety will be the way. Anxiety will be the normal. And 2, meditate. How to meditate, as I said, I will link the video down below. It's a short video. It will teach you exactly the technique. Just see which technique resonates more with you. Now, this path is really difficult when you do it all alone, which is why I've created a free community for you where you will have tons of other people that are practicing these same things and going through the same experience you're going through and now growing anxiety and overthinking and limited identity and suffering. So if you'd like to join our free community where you can ask questions and speak with other people and also access many of our free resources and courses, the link for that is down below as well. I really encourage you to enroll. Okay. Now, lastly, to help you retain a little bit of what you have learned here and to just get some feedback from you, I would love for you to comment below what you learned in today's video. What is the main takeaway that you're going to be taking from this video? Make sure to comment it down below. It's going to help you, and I will really enjoy reading it. Let me know if this was helpful and if you like more videos like this. And if you have any questions, feel free to, of course, comment down below. I'll try to answer it. Otherwise, join our community because even if I'm not able to answer in our community, other people will answer you. We have a lovely, active community. Okay. So it was great chatting with you today. Practice. Okay. Practice. I'll speak to you soon.